What's going on, everybody? It's Top Bets. We're checking back in on this beautiful Wednesday evening for our On the Dot Paris Olympics golf stream. How are we feeling this evening? As always, here with the boys, aka Teaser Nation. How are we feeling, bud?
Good, man. Excited for the week. Probably gonna wake up a bit earlier to watch. It's a nice switch up from what we've had throughout the past couple weeks. I know for me the 3M last week didn't go as planned. I guess I had everyone in the mix going into Sunday for placement wise. Cam Davis double on 18 to not cash the top 10. Grillo with a 2-over round to not cash the top 20. Batia doing nothing on Sunday.
Man.
That was the storyline for me, just guys doing nothing on Sunday. It actually played pretty hard. I thought the score, I know Vegas got to 17, but it was playing pretty tough throughout the week. I know the wind was up a bit, so that was a little surprising with all the water, a lot of that happening. But did you hit anything big or?
No, I had a lot of what was it? Cam Davis and Xander. Who was the other top 10 that I had?
Oh,
it was
Finau,
Cam Davis
right?
and who?
Finau.
Man. Davis
Yeah,
was top 10 this entire tournament. I mean, I thought that
entire
was a lock.
tournament. Yeah.
And I'm sitting there like, okay, here we go. And sure as shit, guy doubles 18 to lose it.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Par five.
Unbelievable.
Par five. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't even get me started
that
with Finau too. I had a round score on him round 3, shooting a shot. I needed 3 under, going 3 under into 16, misses a 3-footer for par, then makes bogey on 18. So he was another guy. He just didn't do much over the weekend, but
yeah, that was what they would call frustrating as hell. But hey, it's a new week. We got the Olympics. Hope everyone out there has been watching some of the Olympics. It is I always tell myself, oh, I won't watch much of it, and then all of a sudden I'm just like glued in to every single one.
Right.
And I'm watching handball. I'm watching rugby. I'm watching badminton. I'm watching it all. It's fun. It's always it always entices me and it sucks me in for sure.
7-on-7 rugby. That was first I've ever. That was a funny. I didn't understand the rules, but they just pick up that ball and go, dude. Like
it definitely got me excited for football season. That's for sure. I was like, okay. And then we got all the training camp news, and I'm like, okay, it's time to go. Luckily, MLB's winding down because always second half of the season, it's always just a crapshoot.
Yeah.
Always a crapshoot. So I try to limit volume on that front, and then move. Obviously with PGA, and then you got the Olympics here, and then we got football right around the corner. So, and for those of you who are just tuning in first time, I will have a NFL show that will air every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. We go over a bunch of best bets, props, all stuff like that. So we'll give out plays, all types of fun bets for the NFL season. So hope you guys can join me on the front. You can just subscribe to this channel. You get all the alerts from there. And if this is your first time watching the PGA stream or the Olympic stream, the golf stream, we will go over our outrights, our placements, and we will dig deep for some tournament matchup. And then we will through some DFS strategies along the way. So if you guys have any questions along this 20 to 25 minute stream, feel free to ask them in the comments. If that subscribe button, if you're on X, hit that repost button, and we'll go from there. So appreciate you guys tuning in. And if I do cut in and out with my internet, I have no idea why it's so bad. Last stream, I just noticed when I rewatched it, I was like, wow, I'm cutting in and out like crazy. So hopefully that gets shortly. So we have the Paris Olympics 2024. We have it's probably gonna be one of my favorites to watch is disc golf. It is fairly new to the Olympics, I believe, right? They just started doing it. And so I'm treating it kind of as another major where you have a lot of the live players being able to play. You got Neiman, Rahm, you got all these live guys that are playing for their respective countries. And so I'm treating it as a little bit more of a major, a lot more narrative driven this week. So let's go over the course attributes, who we're looking to target, what player stats we're looking for. So dive right in, teaser.
Yeah, so just to get it started, I know they use this course sometimes on the European tour. I'm not too familiar with it, but from what I've read this week, just doing my research, it's really a short course, 7,100 yards, par 71. So three par fives that are pretty gettable. Really, the calm courses that I found are likely to kind of be how it plays is the big one was Harbor Town. So if we kind of envision the RBC Heritage at Harbor Town, I don't know if it'll be a pure birdie fest like that, but it's kind of how the course sets up. It's very positional. We also see it's positional like TPC Sawgrass with some water hazards as well. Sedgefield, which is next week at the Wyndham, which is another positional course. So it's really going to play like that. There's an emphasis off driving accuracy, not too much driving distance at all this week. So it's really going to be the accuracy. And then I was reading precision with middle irons. So you're going to have, mid irons into these greens. There's 7 par fours within 370 to 450 yard range, which really doesn't put an emphasis on driving distance because that's, pretty short par fours for these guys. Moderately thick rough, it's not too thick, and then obviously narrow fairways. So once again, accuracy will be key. So it's kind of a challenging course from what I read, positional as well. So they're kind of saying it could be within 8 under to 13 under this week. They're not really expecting that 18 to 20 under birdie fest that we've been seeing the past month outside of the majors. So that's kind of a rundown. And then as we kind of pick our guys, we'll kind of, fit it into the mold of, what we're looking for there. So really for me, it's off the tee accuracy, bogey avoidance, and obviously strokes gain approach as well. So
I'm all for that. So yeah. And I'm actually, if people have been tuning in, you would think on accuracy over distance courses that you're going to hear 2 names out of my mouth, and I've actually left both of them off my card. I know Teaser has not left one of them. Yeah, I know Teaser has got on one of them, and I'm going to be super, super irritated if both of them go off this week. And it's just one of those things where I'm going with different the different narrative for guys that are going to perform better for their country. So on that aspect. A little bit more motivation on that front. Don't get me wrong. I love these 2 guys. I'll be back on them in the PGA Tour, but I hope them nothing but the best. But I'm going to go a little bit contrarian this week, even though it fits them pretty well. And as always, I mean, at the top of the card, not at my card, but on top of a lot of cards, a lot of DFS lineups. I mean, what do you think about Scotty Scheffler this week? I mean, he's a no-brainer, obviously, to play in DFS because this course fit is literally perfect for him. But I mean, obviously his outright's plus 350 right now, and it's like, what are you going to do with that?
Yeah, I mean, you just got to hope he doesn't win. And I mean, what we've been doing all year, you can take the without Scheffler and honestly Xander outright, like without Scheffler and Xander at this point, because he has as much chance right now to win as Scheffler does, in my opinion. I mean, and I think he's built for this type of, no cuts, shorter field type events. We've seen that in the past with him. So, I mean, some guys, I guess if you want to go that route, take them without in that market. But yeah, like you said, I mean, Scheffler, obviously the 2 comp courses I mentioned, he's literally won on this year, Sawgrass and RBC Heritage. So yeah, once again, I assume he's going to be up there. I wouldn't put it past him to win a gold medal along with, the 10 PGA Tour starts he's going to win this year. So,
yeah, and I mean, if you're playing DFS, he's obviously the most expensive golfer here at 13 or 12.5 on DK, followed by Xander at 11.6. They're both the 2 highest owned golfers for DFS. So obviously you're playing on low risk with little amount of people in your contest. Go ahead and play them. If you're going to play high risk, either go below the field or fade completely and just hope that both of them somehow, some way don't perform. But I have some pivots that we can go to in that regard a little bit later on once we get to that. But Are you doing top 20s or top 10s?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Okay.
I so far I have one. The top 20 market is barely existent this week, obviously, because 60 people. But I
Right.
found one that I do like, and then I have two top tens as well so far. So
And I'll have my normal card. I found three guys that I like for top 20s, three for top
wow.
10s. One of my top 10s is almost as high as my normal outrights, which is pretty wild. And then
Okay.
I do have three outrights. And you know, this is the Olympics. It is incredibly a lot of variables to it. So, bet these within your limit. Don't go crazy with them. I'm going to continue to go kind of how I've been doing it all season. But yeah, I got three of each, and then we'll go through some matchups. So, top 20. You want to give out your first one?
Yeah. So really, the only one I have so far, I wasn't a big fan of the top 20 market. The one guy I like is Guido Migliosi. We don't.
Hey, he's on mine.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So really, we don't see a lot of him. Obviously, because he plays on the European tour, but plays in some of the majors. I like taking him. He's a good player. I know he's won this event in 2022 at this course. Kind of fits, his type of game. So yeah, he's played here three times. Obviously, a miscut in a 47th, but he's also won here. So, so coming back to a place where he's comfortable. I think I got plus 140, so that's a decent number as you're going to get in the top 20 market this week on a guy like that. So I like him here at a familiar course to play well.
Yep. And he's won it in 22, the Open de la France or whatever it's called.
Hmm.
And, he's been extremely well on the European tour with what do you got? So the last 2-3 months, he's 31st, miscut, then 22nd, first, 8th, 24th, and second. So he's right there. And if he is, if you're playing DFS, I think he's a pretty good price right now. He's at 7,400. He's at 13%. So he's kind of right there at that on that chalk line. But I think with his track record, I'm okay with taking him there. What number did you get for his top 20?
I got 140.
Okay, I got plus 125. So you must have got him a little bit earlier on, which is totally fine. I'd take him at plus 125 still.
Yeah, for sure.
So my other two that I'm going to go with, so Adrian Moreau of Poland, right there, and then off the Live Tour has been playing pretty good golf on that front, and then we also have I think it's Matty Schmid. Matty Schmid is another
Yeah.
one. Shows up, but just basically for Schmid and Moreau is the ball striking, and we don't have to be long off the tee, ball striking and. These greens have slopes, a lot of slopes to them. So I think if you it off the tee and where you need to, then you're going to be very successful knowing it where what specific spots to hit on the green. So I'm going accuracy over distance this week here. Why I like both of those guys to compete, and I think for DFS purposes, where's Moreau? He's at 9% at 7,800, and Schmid is at 6,400. So probably your best salary relief there. He's coming in at about 10% on DK. So I think that'll slide a little bit. So those are, and then like we said, the top 20 market is very, very slim. So if you like one of those guys, then take one of them. But you don't have to bet all three. But I do like those three that will be on my card. What do you got for top 10s?
So the first guy, this is more of, I guess, a risky play, but the reason I like it, Hideki Matsuyama at plus 250 to start. The reason why, I know he missed the cut at the Scottish and then didn't really play well at the Open. He's never really been like that links type guy. Obviously, the putter was horrible there. That's really what he lost. But on championship courses the past month, Travelers back in the U.S. 23rd, U.S. Open 6th, Memorial 8th. So he's really, that's his type of courses with, water hazards around this place, elite mid-iron game. That's kind of what you want to see from Matsuyama, not an emphasis on you need to have a good putter here. So really just the elite mid-iron wedge game is kind of what I'm looking for at, a U.S. type course, I would say, not linksy style.
Man, I literally just put in a deck. Literally,
Yeah.
I wanted all right, because I'm here,
Mm-hmm.
here, but it, 20, I think it was 2020 or 2021 Olympics. So I'm okay with that. But I do have a long shot here, top 10. And I've seen some people take his outright, no, thinking that he's going to play pretty well to show out for Team Canada here. And you would think it would be Corey Connors. That was one of my guys that I'm usually on is Corey Connors. But I'm going to go with Nick Taylor this week for a top 10. That's plus 700. So literally sprinkle this. But I think he's got a pretty good showing. Really wants to compete for his country. Usually when it's the Canadian Open, I take him, and he'll. So kind of when he wants to play for his country, he goes well. So or goes low for sure. And I think his ownership is at 11%. So you're right between Taylor and Schmid right there. If you want two cheap guys for DFS to have some salary relief, you're going to pay up with some ownership, but then you can have some pivots up top. So if you do like those two guys, play them pretty heavily in your lineups. You should be well off when both of those guys do well. Another one that I got for top 10 is Thomas Dietrich at plus 300. I think he fits this course fairly well, and a guy that is fairly priced for his front. Good course fit. He's actually played this course 5 times.
Who was that last one?
Thomas Dietrich.
Okay, yeah.
He's got a 35th, 8th, 16th, a miscut, and a 25th, and 5 starts here. He's played two of the majors, and he's got off the PGA and the U.S. Open, a 4th and a 14th. So I really think he's a prime spot for a top 10. If you outright, I don't. Do I think he's going to have a gold medal? I don't think so.
Yeah, no.
But he's coming in 8,300 for with a 13% ownership here. I do like Thomas Dietrich plus 300. Nice value here on a top 10 for a guy who's played well here multiple times. So you could also take his top 20. I would say it's around plus, I don't know, 100 or plus 120, plus 130-ish, somewhere around there. And then my last top 10 is homer pick. Just really think he's played this course over numerous times, played this course very well. Plus 120. I always try to take one kind of, I feel like a no-brainer of with good value to a plus number. Obviously, I would love to take Xander, but he's minus 250 for a top 10. So next best one I saw was Tommy Fleetwood. So I like me some Fleetwood again on a league style course where you just have to be super, super accurate, and hopefully his putter gets hot. And if that's the case, Fleetwood should be there in the end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You got anybody that you eyed up for maybe a top 10?
So I have one more I locked in. It's going to be one of your guys that you kind of been on the past, not the one that you love, but the one that you've kind of been rocking with a couple weeks in a row, and that's Alex Noren. I got 2-1. Once again, he's another guy that kind of played. This is very in the past, but he did win here in 2018 and a top 20 in 2019. But that's 6 years ago at this point. But familiar places, it always helps. And he's really coming off some good finishes. I know you had him at the Open T13. That's a pretty good finish for him there. Scottish Open, another top 10. So really with him, I think kind of fits right into his game. Obviously, accuracy off the tee, works really hard as irons, good iron player. So I could see him even grabbing maybe like a bronze medal or something too. I know there's going to be that randomish guy that gets the bronze or silver like we saw in 2020. So, we'll see, but I do like that top 10 on him at 2-1. Some value there.
Man, Noren, one that let me see what his DFS is, because I'm going to maybe hammer him in DFS.
Yeah, I like him in DFS too.
He's 9,000 though. He's a little bit more expensive than I thought he would be. But I guess so a top heavy field, and he's played
Right.
so well. 13% owned too. So a lot of people that I like are right now in that 13%, which is kind of annoying. I like 5% if I could, but it's a shorter field. You're not going to see those sub 10% guys. So those,
Right.
11, 12, 13% guys are your sub 5%. And you just got to get obviously your top guys correct. And if you need to pivot off of Scotty and Xander, I think your top two pivots are going to be so these are both this will lead into my outrights. My top two pivots this week that are Rahm and Ludwig. Is it Aberg or Alberg? I can't remember how to say his damn name.
I say Aberg,
but Rahm and Aberg. My two outrights that I got. I think John Rahm has had such a horrible year with majors that if he competed, and this is more narrative route, but if he wins a gold medal, he's had a hell of a year. He's had a great year. I think that's how he would sum it up. He's played well on the LIV Tour, played super, super incredibly well. But when it came to majors, he could not compete. Hasn't competed all year long. So I think if he brings home the gold medal here, he could kind of salvage his year. So it's more of a narrative route here with John Rahm. A little bit more motivation, I think, to compete against these top guys amongst everyone's country here. And then Aberg is just an absolute robot. So if on a course where you have to just be accurate and get it to where you need to, he's been doing that all year long. So I think I got him 12-1. So Rahm was 9-1. Then I got Aberg 12-1.
9-1 now. Jeez.
Yeah, 9-1. And then Aberg's 12-1. And then I'm taking a flyer on my boy Tom Kim. I've been seeing some quotes from him, and I guess he's been eyeing the Olympics all season long, and he really, really wants to show out for his country. But I guess he's been looking forward to this all year long. So a little bit more narrative route for my outrights. Obviously, if someone's going to sit up here and say, yeah, take Scotty Scheffler or take Xander, or take Rory or whatever, it just, I don't know, kind of boring.
Right.
I like a little bit more narrative this week with the Olympics, and because it's a more wide open and there's different motivations per player.
Yeah, I mean, the South Korea narrative's good because, I mean, they're stressing. Like, they play for something because they can get out of, serving their country or whatever it is. Because I know Emin, what's his name, went through that too. So, yeah, definitely a lot to play for them, stuff like that. But, yeah, for me, I know we go back to this guy every single week. I got 12-1. He's down to 9-1 now. And it's Morikawa. We've been talking about him all year. This would be so cliche for him to win a gold medal, and we both know it. Like it's coming at some point. It would be so fitting for him to win a gold medal this week. Really, I mean, this is a positional course. Yeah,
I think I would be mad if he won. I'd be super pissed.
I would. That's why I'm
so un-American.
I genuinely I want a USA to win. Obviously, I probably would want Xander or Scotty, but I'm gonna put money on Morikawa just because I would be mad if he won. So even it out a bit if he does. But on the research side of it, he does obviously fit the course. I mean, he's accurate off the tee. He's probably outside of Xander and Scheffler. He's been the hottest player outside of grabbing a win. He hasn't won all year. He's just kind of searching for that win. Everyone says it's coming. I think this is the last week I'm going to be on him until next year, I guess, because the year's coming to an end. But, I mean, the Open, he was disappointing because I had him top 10. He still came in 16th. He hung in there all week. He just doesn't do too much to, get that win. So hopefully this week, irons are there, kind of.
You there? Uh-oh. Did I lose him? Or did I lose everybody? We'll keep rolling. We might have lost teaser. All right.
Oh, I'm back. My bad.
Oh, you're back. Okay.
I don't know what happened. I don't know.
I thought it'd been me. It might have been me.
No, you're good. I don't know. It was reloading, but yeah, just Morikawa. That's the only one I have so far. I'm looking for another one. I know you touched on Rahm. I know everyone got him at 18 on Monday, So everyone loves the recent form. He just won. He played well at the Open, but um, I will talk about a sleeper. I just don't know if he's going to win a gold medal. I'm curious if anyone's watching, if they know an app or a site that has, someone to finish with a medal like silver, bronze, or gold, because I can't find him. And I know some people on Twitter that had him, but Sepp Straka, I think he's going to grab a medal. I know he's probably the homer pick this week. Everyone loves him. He's probably one of the most accurate players off the tee out of positional course. So yeah, I know if we want to hop into matchups real quick, he's going to be my favorite
Yeah.
matchup at -130 over Wyndham Clark. I may put like 3 units on that. I think that's one of the easiest matchups I've seen all year, just based off how they're coming in. And Wyndham Clark, I think he's going to play not too well and he shouldn't even be there. In all honesty, Bryson should be, but it's just how it worked out. But I don't think Wyndham fits the course at all. It's been horrible as of late, so I think that's a great matchup to go after.
I like it. I'm looking at some, just because it's the Olympics, I was looking at some nationality props.
Yeah.
And top Asian, you would think it'd be Hideki, but Tom Kim is actually the favorite, plus 260. So that's good to see.
Wow. Yeah.
Great Britain and Ireland, you got Rory leading that pack. American, obviously, it's Scotty. But if you like Morikawa, you could be plus 330 there. South American, Neiman's, the heavy favorite there, minus 125.
See, I would take that one. Whoever South American, who else is in there? Actually, I wouldn't touch him.
Grillo's a pretty good pivot there if you want. Otherwise, it's Mito. There's not really anybody else. I think if you wanted some value, Grillo plus 450. It's not terrible.
I like Grillo, yeah, there and that one.
But yeah, otherwise, nationality of the winner. USA is plus 100, Ireland's plus 500, Sweden plus 800, Spain plus 800. So those are, I wouldn't take a snap at those. I would probably look at top American, top European, and stuff like that if you're going to go that route. All right, so let's do some matchups then. We got matchups. Let's see. Oh boy. Dietrich over Day. That's not bad. Minus 115. Dietrich over Day.
I like that. Yeah, the Australians this week, I'm not him and Minwoo, not a big fan of this week. I'll say another matchup I like. I'm going to roll with Noren over Neiman. I think Neiman, we see him plus 122 is a great number. We know Neiman, how good he is and stuff, but he just, I don't know, he doesn't play too well in, these big events sometimes, but,
Yeah.
So, yeah, I do like that value. Obviously, I'm big on Noren this week, so hopefully he plays well.
I think my other one that I probably like the most is probably Tom Kim over Shane Lowry, plus 100. Even though Shane Lowry has played out of his ass recently. So take that with caution, but I really, really like Tom Kim this week, so I'm willing to take plus money there. Plus 100 over Shane Lowry, full tournament there. I forgot about Victor Perez this week. I've seen a lot of people on them because I just saw Guido was up against Victor. I really wish Guido was up against somebody else besides them.
I know. He's been playing well too, Victor. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see a lot of love for that Pavon? I like him maybe over Fox, minus 120.
Yeah.
Not terrible.
Yeah. See, I wish he was against someone else as well because Fox is sneaky too. He plays well and he's randomly. He's one of those European guys. I think he has a medal too. I think he's been in 3 Olympics. I don't remember if he got one. But yeah, he's sneaky too. But I do obviously Pavon. You want to play from France angle on that one. Probably pretty familiar with that course, so I don't hate that as well.
All right, you got any other final notes before we get up and out of here? It's been a little different stream here. I think a lot more wild picks with the Olympics here. You got any final thoughts?
Yeah, no, I think it's just supposed to be just a fun week. We're not here. I think it's just more fun. Just take some fun bets. Don't go too big on stuff. But if we get down maybe long shots, I know you had a couple top 20 and 10s, but long shots. But just outrights, Yeah, I mean, actually, I don't know. It gets pretty bleak. I wouldn't touch Fitzpatrick. We didn't really talk about him. I
No,
guess we can talk about guys we would fade. I'll just
fade
go
real
down
quick.
some
Yeah,
names. Yeah, like Fitzpatrick, I don't like. Minwoo and Jason Day don't really like. Obviously, Wyndham. Um, wouldn't touch the two Mexican guys, Ortiz and Answer for Mexico. Just don't really know like where their game's at as well. Um,
what do you think of Hovland this week?
he's just a no go from now on.
From now on, anybody who's tuned into the stream is just like, gosh bless, you have no idea what's going on.
You can't take him. I could see him playing well, but I don't know. He's the hardest guy to bet in golf. I think we can both agree on that. We don't you have no idea where that guy is mentally or physically at that. But Ben On's another good one. I think he's a little sleeper this week as well. Coming off some good outings as well throughout the summer. So
Yep. All right. Well, I'll end it and just say if Colin and Corey Connors do super well this week, I'm gonna be very, very upset. But if an American wins, I can't be mad because my card is so anti-USA. It's unbelievable. So
yeah,
I don't have any Americans on my cards, which I feel so bad about. But at the same time, we're looking for value. We're looking for guys that are gonna be up on those leaderboards. So let's. I'm gonna root for USA, obviously, but let's win some money as well. So. All right. Well, we'll get up and out of here. We appreciate you guys tuning in. What's next week on the PGA Tour? Do you know? I don't
know. The Wyndham in North Carolina.
The Wyndham. Okay,
yeah, the
so we'll do that.
One then playoffs.
And then it's FedEx, right? Yeah. Okay. So Wyndham. So we'll do that next. We'll let you know. It'll probably be Wednesday again. We've been rolling with the Wednesday. It's been nice. And then FedEx. Did we do one for the FedEx last year? I think we did it for like the first round and then we stopped.
Yeah, we did. I think we did first, maybe the second one, but after that, like the last one doesn't really matter. So we'll see how we do it. But.
So we'll have one or two more streams here with the PGA, and then we'll roll right into the NFL season, which is quickly coming upon us. Usually it takes a little bit longer to get here, but my life has been super busy with a new kid, so it's just kind of flown by. All of a sudden, I was like, "Shit, it's August 1st tomorrow." That's crazy.
I know.
So, all right, we'll get up and out of here. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Let's win some money at the Paris Olympics for the men's golf. See you guys.